Hi, this is Kevin. I'm a retired firehouse cook. Today I made a chocolate ball filled with vanilla bean mousse, caramel, and some peanuts. So let's get started. But as always, please subscribe. It's free and it helps my channel. I took 400 grams of milk chocolate and I melted it in the microwave at 30-second bursts until it's just about melted, and then I go ahead and finish it uh, with a spatula. I don't want to over melt the chocolate because I'll lose my temper. And then I take my pastry brush and I'm going to coat the form 3 times with 5 minutes in the refrigerator between each coat. And I want to make sure I get a nice thick layer of chocolate. When that's all done, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator until I need it. Now I took 220 grams or 2 cups of sugar and I put it on the stove at medium low heat. And you can see the sugar starting to caramelize around the edges. And I'm going to wait until the sugar melts in the middle. And then I'm going to get my wooden spoon and just start stirring it till it all comes together. And it'll be a dark color right there. And then when it's all mixed together, I'm going to get 75 grams or 5 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to put those in one at a time. I'm going to cut it in small pieces. And when you start putting the butter in, you'll see that the caramel turns to a light color. And when I get done with that, I'm going to take it off the burner and I'm going to put 220 milliliters or 1 cup of heavy cream. And I'm going to stir that in, and you'll see that the caramel will crystallize. I'm going to put it back on the burner and I'm going to stir it until all the sugar incorporates into the whipping cream. And that's going to take a few minutes. But I'm going to keep on checking the temperature. I want it to be 220, 230 degrees when it's done. It's going to bubble a lot. Just keep on stirring it so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And then I'm going to put saran wrap on the caramel all the way till it touches the top of it. And then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. Now here I'm making the vanilla bean mousse, and that is 600 milliliters of whipping cream. And I'll have to get you the cups. I don't remember what the cup is. And I put 2 teaspoons of vanilla paste. And I'm going to stir that until you start seeing some light bubbles forming. You don't want it to go into a full boil. And when you get it to that point, you're going to take it off the burner. And there I have 60 grams or 1/3 cup of sugar. And then I'm going to put in 3 room temperature eggs and 1 package or 8 grams of gelatin. And then I'm going to mix that together really well with a whisk. And I'm just going to try and get the eggs and the sugar combined really well. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to take my whipping cream and slowly pour it into the egg mixture. You need to do it slow so you can temper the eggs. And I'm going to put all of the whipping cream in the eggs, and then I'm going to put it back in the pan and then back on the heat, and that's going to be medium low heat. And I'm going to stir this constantly. I don't want it to stick to the bottom, and I need to get the temperature at least 165 degrees. I usually go 165 just so I know that the eggs are cooked completely. If you don't have a way to check the temperature, you can stir it and check the back of your wooden spoon. And if you can run a line through it and you don't see um, the mixture move, then it's hot enough. And then you can take it off the burner. And I put it back in the glass bowl. I covered it with saran wrap and I made sure I pushed it all the way down to the top so it doesn't form a skin. Then I put it in the refrigerator for an hour, then the freezer for another hour just to get it set up. So here I am taking the chocolate out of the forms, and I went ahead and got my caramel, put it in a piping bag, and I filled it up until about a 1/4 inch, and then set that aside. And here I got my mousse out, and I'm just mixing it up with the blender just to smooth it out. And I'm going to put that in a piping bag, and then I'm going to fill the chocolate about 3/4 of the way up. And when I get that done, I decided to put some more caramel on top of the mousse just to give it a stronger flavor. And then I decided to put nuts on top of it. So I put some in a bag and crushed it with a rolling pin, and then got a spoon and sprinkled the peanuts on top of the mousse. And then I took another cup of milk chocolate in the microwave at 30-second bursts, just like I did before, and then spread the chocolate on top. And here they are done. I put them in the refrigerator for a half hour. And then I went ahead and took about a half a cup of white chocolate, again, melted it in the microwave, put it in a piping bag, and then I just ran lines in 2 different directions. Okay, they're all done. They look really nice. Let's cut one. Look at that. Give it a taste. That's awesome. It takes some time because everything has to set up. The mousse took the longest. I put it in an hour in the refrigerator and another hour in the freezer, and then whipped it up with the mixer. Everything else, when I did 3 layers of the chocolate, I put it in the refrigerator for 5 minutes each time just to let it set up, and that made it nice and thick. And then everything else, it was just about an hour set up for the caramel. So great recipe, easy to do, it's just a little time consuming. You might consider doing it the day before. Enjoy.